Alice in Borderland Season 3 had their biggest reveal yet in the Season 3 finale, and it completely changed the series. While Alice in Borderland's supposed competitor Squid Games had a rocky third season, Hato also has come back stronger than ever for his third season, and he didn't come to play. Let's dive into what you may have missed from Alice in Borderland Season 3, and don't forget to stick around to find out what we can expect from a potential fourth season. First premiering in December 2020, Alice in Borderland is back once again for its third season. Kento Yamazaki returns as the series protagonist Arisu, a gamer who finds himself transported along with a group of others to an alternate universe, known as the Borderlands, where they must play a series of twisted games in order to stay alive. The announcement of Alice in Borderland Season 3 did spark some serious controversy surrounding its relation to Hato Aso's manga series. Considering the manga concluded with the events of Season 2, fans were nervous for its inevitable departure from the original source material, especially following previous series disasters like The Promised Neverland, which also strayed from its manga inspiration. Many thought that one lesser-known work by Aso could save the series and put fans' fears to rest. Alice in Borderland Retry is a direct sequel to the original series, and it follows Arisu's life following his return to the real world. It would have made the most sense for Netflix to draw inspiration from Retry, but it seems that Season 3 forged a path all its own for the most part. When asked about the various possibilities for the plot of Season 3, director and co-writer Shinsuke Sato, who just so happens to also be attached to the upcoming live-action My Hero Academia series, responded in an interview with Time. There are so many directions we could have gone in Season 3, many stories we could have told, but I think we arrived at the appropriate, correct answer. Taking place 3 years after Arisu and Usagi wake up in the hospital at the end of Season 2, Season 3 finds the couple happily married and living in Tokyo. Arisu works at a local counseling clinic, and Usagi puts her knowledge of mountain climbing to use at a sports apparel store. However, not all is well. Usagi still mourns the death of her father, and it greatly affects her daily life. You may remember from the earlier seasons that Usagi's father died of suicide while on one of his hiking trips. Supposedly. In fact, Usagi's actress, Tsuchiya, made a comment about her character's mental state. In Season 3, you might feel like Usagi is more emotionally vulnerable, but when you're really trying to capture that happiness as a human being, you really have to confront yourself. For her, what she did in Season 3 was a necessary step, because she has this resolve to build a family with Arisu, and she wants to be someone who can protect that family. That propelled her to confront her own trauma and vulnerabilities. Of course, things don't remain back to normal for long. Ryuji is back yet again and has developed a drug that allows a person to return to the Borderland by stopping their heart momentarily. Usagi and Ryuji return to the Borderland with Arisu, hoping to save his wife, following closely behind after drinking a cocktail that allowed him to go to the Borderland as well. Y'all may think that Alice in Borderland is some kind of Squid Games knockoff, but in actuality, Alice came along first. In Season 3, we get to see 8 new games. Here's a brief breakdown of each one, some of which are pulled from the manga, while others are completely new and original. Old Maid. Players draw cards from the deck or from each other. Ones with jokers die, and the last man standing wins. Sacred Fortunes. Players draw fortune slips and solve the questions on them. Runaway Train. Players must reach the last carriage of a train from the first one and stop it while playing a guessing survival game in each car. Zombie Hunt. Players are divided into 2 groups, humans or zombies. Based on their groups, the group with more players wins. Tokyo Bingo Tower. Players must climb the Tokyo Tower and press relevant number buzzers to complete a bingo card. Kick the Can. Players must kick a can and bring it to the center of the arena before an overarching timer runs out. Possible future. Players must navigate a square-shaped arena with 25 rooms based on the numbers of the dice they roll. They win if they find the exit to the area. And finally, the Joker card choice. Arisu must choose one of 2 cards. If it turns out to be a Joker, the Watchman decides his fate. So what's changed from Seasons 1 and 2? After all, fans of Alice in Borderland aren't new to Hato Aso's brilliantly dark games. Well, Season 3 had a different intent according to the director. Seasons 1 and 2 were very much centered on the standard card deck, with a game being tied to each card. However, Sato implies that the Season 3 games were meant to reflect the unpredictability of the Joker. Like I said before, many fans believe that Season 2 was the perfect ending to the series, bringing the main protagonist back to the real world. But we all remember the Joker card tease, which triggered an avalanche of Season 3 plot predictions. So what are people saying? Well, Season 3 isn't receiving the same treatment as its previous seasons. Season 3 released on September 25 and so far has a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, which discontinued its high rating streak. Season 1 received an 82%, while Season 2 achieved the series' peak score of a whopping 91%. Sadly, while Season 3 was a fantastic addition to the series, it's not performing quite as well as its predecessors. However, Rotten Tomatoes isn't the only way to measure how well a series was received. I did some digging, and it turns out that other fans like myself actually thought Season 3 was a perfect continuation of Aso's series, especially considering it was all pretty much brand new material. Yay, the Promised Neverland curse has been ended. In fact, I noticed a few people comparing it with that of Squid Game's third season, saying that Alice in Borderland did a much better job and that the third season served as a palate cleanser after the disappointment of Squid Game's most recent season. Yikes. So, what do you guys think? Which set of reviews do you think best reflects Season 3's quality? Alright, let's get to the topic we've all been waiting for. Will there be a fourth season for Alice in Borderland? Cause that ending in Los Angeles, I mean, come on, how could there not be a fourth season? Well, technically, Netflix has not officially confirmed the series' continuation. Apparently, the Netflix Geeked account referred to a third season as the final season. But we cannot lose hope yet. I mean, I just don't think it would make sense to end on such a cliffhanger, literally expanding the Borderlands universe, only to drop the series. The only other explanation I can think of is Netflix departing from this particular series and moving on to a spin-off, which is why Los Angeles was brought into the picture. I'd love to see Alice in Borderland return, but I'm not the only one. Series director Sato, as well as the series star Yamazaki, have both expressed public interest in returning to the series once again in the future. Forget Rotten Tomatoes. I think Alice in Borderland Season 3 has gotten me even more hyped for a potential fourth season. The series actors outdid themselves once again, and while it's pretty difficult to depart from original source material and develop a story that's completely new, the Alice in Borderland team did a stellar job. What did you think of this Alice in Borderland review? Do you think Season 2 was a satisfying ending to the series, or was an additional season necessary to tie things up once and for all? Should Season 3 have stuck closely to retry's plot, or did you like the new plotline? Are you ready for a Los Angeles spin-off series? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more theories just like these. Thanks again for watching ScreenRant, and I'll see you in the next one.